Hi and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use a union operator in SQL, PostgreSQL, and the tool that we use to perform this operation is pgadmin4. So let's get to it. To start, the union operator, SQL union operator, is used to merge or combine uh, two or more tables. Not only table, but also uh, merge or combine two or more select statements, and I'll get to that in a second what that really means. So to demonstrate this example, I created two tables, table 1 and table 3, where table 1 has three columns, student ID, name, and program, and table 2 has the same number of columns and the same labels. Why do I have them identically structured? Because uh, um, to be able to perform a union operation in SQL, there are a couple of assumptions that need to be met beforehand. The first one is that there needs to be same number of columns in both of the tables. So if table 1 has three columns, then table 2 should also have three columns. So the number of columns should be same in both of the tables. That's the first assumption. The second assumption is that the data types need to be the same in both columns. So in both tables. So our first table, student ID is an integer, and name and program or characters. Same thing with the second table, or table 3. Student ID is an integer, and student program or characters, a character varying to 250 characters. So now that we have confirmed that um, both of the table that we are going to perform union on meet the requirement for the union operation, we're going to perform it. And so we're going to start with the select, and that's why I said at the beginning, I said combining two or more tables or combining two or more select statements. And that's what I meant by it. You're going to start with the select. And so in here, I'm going to put star to get all of the record, all of the columns from the first table. Now here, I can also specify those specific column names that I would like to union. So that's why I said either union two or more tables, or union two or more select statements. So that's what I mean by that. So and I'll do an example on select statement too after I do this select all. So select everything from our first table, which is going to be this table, student table 1, which is this table, student table 1. So select everything from student table 1, and then we're going to put union. So union is going to be the keyword. We have two types of keywords, union and union all. So both of the operators, a union, two or more tables or select statements. Now the difference is that with union, you're only going to combine, you're only going to union two or more tables where the values are identical or distinct. Distinct or unique. So if you're going to have duplicate values between those two tables, then those duplicate values will be dropped. They will not be union, or they will not be brought on the combined table. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So the select statement, select all from table 1. We specify what we want before we perform the union, and we say union that, and then we're going to put the second portion of it. It says select everything from student table 3, which is our second table. And so we're going to perform that, run it, and there you go. We have 9 records as a product of our union. uh, I'll put it here. Now, why 9 records? Because we actually have 7 records on table 1. right? And then we have 4 records on table 3. That makes it 11 records. Why 9 records? Because again, the is union operator selects only the distinct values. So all of the duplicate values will not be applied in the union. So that's why we have 9 records. And these are 9 distinct values. There are no duplicates among them. So now that you know union, let's go to union all. So union all is doing the opposite of union, meaning it unions everything, regardless of the of duplicates protocol. In other words, if we have duplicate values, that they will be also combined. So if we run the script for union all, you're going to see that we have 11 records here now. So not only did we get these two, not only did we get the distinct values, but also the duplicate values, which is one and two, Abdul and Mike, and one and two, Abdul and Mike. So these are duplicate values, and you're going to see that they both are populated twice here, once here, and then again here. So that's it for union and union all. Again, union combines two or more tables or select statements with uh, only selecting distinct values. Union all just ignores the distinct value criteria, and pretty much combines everything. Now let's now change, and let's now talk about what I really meant at the beginning of the video when I said two or more select statements. That's when you want to union, let's say, two columns from a table instead of uh, unioning or combining everything from two tables. In that case, we're going to, for example, select student ID from table 1, and then select student ID from table 2. And you're going to see, as a result, we're going to get one column. And again, just like it's important for your table to have the same number of columns, it's also important for you to specify the same number of columns and the same columns on both of the tables that you're selecting on your script. Otherwise, it's going to produce an error. And with that, you uh, combined specific column from two tables. Now, let's say if we wanted to add the program. Uh, Now, there's something that about the program that we realize here is that as soon as I write the word program, right, the label of the column program, it highlights it in this color, and you see that, and you can see that the color for program is the same as the color for select, which tells us that it's a keyword, or it's a function word, right? And it's specific, exclusive to SQL. That it's one of the words that SQL knows it as one of its functioning elements. So program is a does something when you run it in SQL, just like case. Like if I say put case, you see that the color changes. So if I have a column named case, then I'm going to have problem because case is a keyword that's exclusive to SQL, especially PostgreSQL here in this case. And then so each time if I pass if I pass an argument, if I call in a column, and if I use that column label that is going to have a crossover with the operator or case words, then it's not going to work. Therefore, a couple things we learned from this demo. Number one is that you be very selective in labeling your columns. Make sure that the kind of label that you assign to your column is not universal to SQL, such as the names like case or program or select. You don't want to have a column named select because you use the select keyword every day in your queries. You don't want to have a column name, a column label titled as select. So that's why it's important to use more. It's it's good practice to use more common naming conventions, especially using, like, let's say using for example, underscore for your name. For example, if you want to do case, maybe underscore can do it case, and then you can put name. Now, this is going to be a label that will never have a crossover with a case word or operator in your SQL. So what is the solution now that we have something called program already created in our database, and there's already a column name call the program. How can we now go around this? Well, simply one of the simple ways is that more like a remedial solution to this is to actually call in the prefix of your table, which in this case is going to be student table one, table one, uh, table one dot program. As you see that as soon as I put this, the name, the color change. And then do the same thing here, student table 3 dot program, um, and run it. Sorry. And as you can see, we have now combined both of the columns from both of the tables, and we were able to go around the label name using the prefix of table. Although the program is going to show as as an operator case keyword, we can still run it and we can still get the result. It's just not a good practice, because if somebody else looks at this as at this SQL, and then that person will be confused, thinking that program that you're trying to perform something uh, more like as more like a subselect. You're trying to put a subselect function or operation here on the statement, so that can be confusing, especially for the readability. However, when it comes to the actual result, we should be able to get, as you can just see now, we were able to get the program uh, uh, be known as the name of the column here, although it's colored as a case word, as a keyword. So that's that. Lastly, we can also assign conditional clauses to our unions. For example, if you want to say, let's say we want to combine everything where the student ID is, let's say, greater than 50. Sorry, greater than 5, where student ID is greater than 5, and run that. You're going to see that as a result, we're only getting everything from table 1 where the student ID is greater than 5, which is 6 and 7. Which is 6 and 7, and then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 are the records from table 3. So you can add additional conditional clauses here if you want to. Just wanted to make sure I covered that as well. As always, thank you so much. If you got value out of this tutorial, please do not forget to like and subscribe my channel. As always, thank you, and see you in the next video.